Welcome back to DreamHack Open December 2020. It's time to get map number 2 underway. Alex Gambit take map number 1 against Nemiga very easily. They looked real solid coming into map number 1, and Train is also looking good for them.
Yeah, it is Dinko. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my Santa hat. Dinko. It's very important for the stream.
Yes, I've seen some people in Twitch chat calling you Santa. I mean, you don't quite have the facial hair quite at that level just yet, but maybe someday. Like DreamHack Open December 2040 or something.
Yeah, man, I'm a young Santa, just trying to get some experience. You know, eventually maybe I'll get to the top. Eventually I'll maybe get that big job that I'm waiting for. I gotta say though, Gambit have got to be huge favorites here on Train. Like, looking at their recent results on this map, it's been great for them. The only team they've lost it against recently have really been Na'Vi. They lost it against Spirit as well a month ago, but other than that, they've been beating everyone else on it, including another win against Complexity, including wins against Nemiga. This has just got to be the 2-0, right? That's what it feels like. But we have seen in that earlier series today that strange things can happen, Dinko. Who knows?
Yeah, strange things can happen, but I think it's pretty unlikely to happen coming into Train. I mean, we obviously have to set up a chance here for Nemiga. They're a very capable team of pulling off wins, but yesterday we didn't see the best face from Nemiga. They didn't look fantastic. And for me right now, it seems like Lollipop is really trying to hard carry this team. And it wasn't enough in the last map. It wasn't enough to get them over the line. We've seen big performances out of Jo yesterday, but there's just so much on Gambit that's going good right now. There's so many individuals that are just hitting their stride, and that's going to be difficult as we head into Train. We'll get to see Shiro on the AWP, and the Train yards will have to see a huge step up from Nemiga heading into this map.
Starting on the CT side, so that may help them get off to a good start. They also won both pistols on that first map. Maybe if they could do the same here, that could get them off to a good start on the CT side and give them a chance to try and upset Gambit on their pick. We've got some early aggression from Nemiga. They know that B is clear, but how are they going to get this flank down the ladder? It's never an easy position to push down.
Orbit. Down here already. SpeedX trying to come in behind, but Jo trying to take these fights out. Ivy, a couple players now running down his pistol. And Jo with the P2000 connecting on the first. The bomb drop thrown off to the side. Shiro will actually go back into Ivy. The bomb is being recollected. And Gambit starting to charge into the A site. Look at this flank though from Lollipop. He's come behind. He's just snapped Hobbit's neck.
Ooh, MDS. Doing a lot of damage, piecing up Shiro, but Shiro responds with a P250 headshot. He's still low, and finally Box will find him. That leaves it up to Inters with the Glock to try the clutch. He hears that smoke going to the bomb. There is a kit in play. Quick headshot from Inters onto the first man. He's scared that defuse could still be happening, but Box goes for the fight, and now Inters knows he's not on the bomb, but Box gets straight back on it. Inters can't find this. He eventually spots it, but Nemiga win the round. The defuse happens just in time. It's so close for Inters, but Nemiga steal away another pistol.
Yeah, they just about get it over the line now. Nemiga picking up the pistol round, and they'll be happy with that one. They'll be very happy about getting that over the line. And right now, Gambit, we've got the AKs out. Inters, Shiro, Khalil in play for Axel. This is looking quite good in terms of a force buy, though. And so Nemiga have to be wary of this. We know when the bomb goes down, you can get these buys out, Alex. And sometimes the T-side can even come out on top when it's down to the 1v1 like that, when every player gets eliminated. So you got to be careful here if you want to pick up 2 in a row.
Oops. Nate bounces back. Not too big a deal. Gambit preparing this B-sided plate. 4 of their players ready and waiting. The AK leading the charge. They spotted that first man, and Inters is not going to be able to get the entry he would have wanted. Lollipop shuts him down with the MP9 and flicks up to the heavens for a second kill on that SMG. Finally, he's traded, but MDS dishing out the damage from the back of the bomb site. Unable to get the kill onto Axel, but Axel is so low on health. He may get the first kill, but surely he can't find any more. Jo hunts him down, and Nafany on that flank was looking for the lurk, but he's got a 1v3 on his hands.
Nafany with the deagle trying to snap some necks here, and he's got to bring it down. He's got one, and Box will find him in reply. 2-0 for Nemiga. They get it over the line. A good job at that. And we go to the next one. Gambit could probably get a couple of pistols out here, but we'll be seeing most likely a third round for Nemiga. Good job done from Lollipop. Good repositioning, really carrying them through this round again with huge impact. 2-0 up Nemiga, feeling much better about themselves. They know that force fire is always a difficult hurdle to get over, and now they've done it. They can get off to a decent start on this CT side.
Smoke down from MDS. Playing on the backside of it with the MP9. Knows he's got a good chance of shredding his opponents in this round, with Gambit's economy being in a poor position ahead of this round. Only the one flashbang for Gambit. They don't even have many nades to try and make something work in this round. So they will be relying on largely trying to land some shots, and taking MDS out of the equation would be the start to that. He's up close, MP9 in hand, that fast fire rate already looking for kills, but he doesn't find a single frag. Axel gets him, and they might go for the fast B play, but they decide to slow it down slightly. Flashbang goes through, but Speedak unable to land the shot on the cross.
Bomb getting planted, now Lollipop starting to run forward with the M4. Big headshot on Shiro. Looking for another one here as well. He's picked up a lot of damage already. And he's cleaned up the round for Nemiga. Axel's trying his best with this Deagle to delay for the flank of Nafni. Coming in from behind, but Jo reads it. He comes back around the corner, and the headshot connects. Axel now in this clutch, a 1 versus 3. It's being flanked up the ramp, but instead of committing to it, Box comes back to the site, getting on the defuse. You know, smoke him off and allow him safe passage into the defuse now as Axel tries to get around the corner, but he's not peeking. He's not going for this. Not much risk involved with just going for the spam there, but nonetheless, the Nemiga win the 3-0, and they win the round there pretty easily in the end in terms of the retake. But I mean, Gambit will be pretty happy about getting the bomb down and getting a couple of kills there.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that round. They'll be happy with getting a bit of damage and a bit of extra money on their side ahead of this next one. Now they're looking for the round win, though, here in their first buy round. Lollipop pushed into Pop Dog early. Nafani puts a molly into that position. And Lollipop now goes for aggression elsewhere, clearing out team main. Takes some damage from that nade, but Nemiga have got some good ground early here on the CT side. Always important that you can force the T's back in some of these spots, make it more difficult for them to move into the A site. Having some of that A control will certainly help.
But Molly will burn close into T-Con. Dropping Box down to 27 HP, but he's still here. He's still got the position locked in. He's just going to be holding for a little bit of info. Enters close by, might just die here. Nafni holding his teammate's position, but he's gotten to the corner. They're not going to be checking this. Lollipop forces it forward, but they have no idea. Box is here. 2 kills, truly locked in. And he's got both. Finally taken away by Axel. A nice exchange in T-Con that was quite expensive, though, for Nemiga even. And they do sacrifice Lollipop to get that kill, and that's a very important play. Luckily, they do get the 2 frags from it. There's no other option but to get those 2 kills. If he doesn't get 2 there, Alex, it's a complete useless waste of time right there, because you're still giving the man advantage to Gambit, and you've sacrificed so much.
Oh, JO's pushed through Ivy, but that means Nemiga think it's more likely to be a B play. They realize now there are nades into this A site, and JO's flank might arrive at just the right time. Shiro's not looking back. JO strikes with a quick double kill. He makes it a third. JO shutting them down from the flank, pushing all the way through Ivy to flank around to the A site, and Gambit weren't ready for him to be there so quickly.
What a fantastic play from Jo, just coming in with a flank. He doesn't get 1, he doesn't just get 2, he gets all 3 players inside of the site. It started with this play from Box getting into the corner. Big sacrifice to Lollipop to allow that to happen, and then Jo just pops off 3 huge kills. 4-0 for Nemiga. Gambit have not got off to the best of starts here. And this is very important for Nemiga, and they're doing a very good job at winning these.
I love the patience from Jo as well. He knew the last man was towards the bomb train because he knew the last man had to have been the man who planted the bomb, so he just holds the angle. Really smart play from Jo at the end. to make sure that he can get all 3 kills. Puts Nemiga 4-0 up at the start of their CT side. Nice start for them here after winning the pistol round, but there's still a buy on board for Gambit. Shiro able to get an AWP, the rest of them able to get AKs and full nades into this round. Again, Nemiga are doing a pretty solid job at using their early utility to stop any of this early A aggression. That's a really good sign for them going forwards. But we'll see if they can win further fights, because Shiro is hard scoped on this angle. Flash comes in, but Shiro gets the kill anyway. Jo still able to trade, though. He's looking like he's having one of those maps where he is going to have a really good performance here. 8 kills on the board already.
Oh, good bit of damage done onto Lollipop, but they have so much control again. Shoes starting to be aware of this double push into T-Con. Nemiga be doing this quite a bit in box, still finding success in doing it. I'm loving this from Nemiga. He's still alive as well, untraded. And a single opportunity there for Gambit to get the immediate trade, and Nafni's now having to hope for the aggression. It does come through. Oh,
wow.
That is nice. The confidence for Lollipop to do that, but now Hobbit is in B. He's got out onto the B bomb site, and MDS is on the other side of this bomb train. Hobbit not rapping, doesn't know he's there. Neither of them know each other's just crossed by. And Hobbit can just get around the back of the site. He hears these footsteps of the players. Hobbit just lurking around, trying to spot what's going on. He hasn't seen anybody yet. He's hoping that a player from Connector decides to come into B, but there's no one going to be coming because they don't think that it's B at all. They've still got a player in the site. They've still got MDS stuck in this B bomb site. They just haven't seen each other. This is incredible. 9 seconds left. They're just going to start running in. He thinks it's clear right now. Shiro. Oh, goodbye. This is awful. The bomb will get planted. So there is still a chance, but MDS and Lollipop take the kills. Oh, that's just unfortunate for Gambit.
Poor Shiro, man. I'm sure Hobbit called the B site is open. It's clear. Come plug. He was awfully wrong. MDS was able to just sit back, get that kill eventually. There's that fight from Lollipop. The CTAK, always nice to have to be able to take those fights. And then he comes back through Connector for the final kill. Not going according to plan at the start of this game for Gambit. They've come close. They've brought these rounds down to the wire, that they haven't been able to win a single one of them so far on the T side of trade. Again, though, with all these bomb plants, they're consistently able to continue to buy. They're consistently able to continue to put the pressure on Nemiga to keep on winning these rounds. Smoke down from Box. Doesn't extinguish the flames, but that's not the end of the world. He's down to 19 health, though, now. Box taking a lot of damage in that pop dog position.
Cinderi towards the top of the ladder, burning away anybody playing from this spot. Clearing them out. A fantastic start it is from Nemiga. And they will look to try and continue this. Axel starting to walk up with the Galil. Jayo's holding the cross. Lollipop starting to walk forward now. A little bit of a flanking comes through as Jayo standing still on site with the M4 just behind the green train. He starts to wrap him a little bit. His Box now looking towards CT stairs, but elsewhere Hobbit has found a headshot, and that's going to draw Box away and allow the flank to come in from both of the Gambit players on the back of the B site. This is exactly what they want.
Ooh, it's an awkward fight for Axel. Galil not doing too much work, but the AK gets the kill onto the site, and Nafni helps out Axel, finally finishing off that player. Nemiga surely have to give up on this, surely have to concede, but Lollipop thinks he can go for it. Unfortunately, Hobbit's there for the quick trade, and Jaya realizes it's time to save. Gambit finally getting around on the board. I'll be hoping that they can keep that up.
Yeah, they finally get a win. It's been a long time coming. There's a lot of rounds they probably should have been able to pick up, but they haven't quite been able to do it just yet. Jayo getting the exit kill on Nafni, and that's quite expensive when you look at the money of Gambit right now. It's not in a good spot at all. So you don't want to be losing too many of these players, and luckily it is just Nafni on that 3-man exit, but that's still 3 rebuys across the board.
And come the buyers back for both teams. Neither side having a real considerable cash in the bank, though. This is where Nemiga have to be able to win another round to keep themselves on top. Otherwise, the money starts to go against them, and that's where Gambit could really start to put some rounds together and start to get some T-side rounds on the board. Box playing aggressive. Nafany puts the nade down, but Box has already left that position. He is focused on team main instead. Lollipop here alongside him. Gambit have given up on this position, though. They're going back towards B. It's been quite a B-centric start to this game for Gambit. A lot of rounds ending on the B side of the map for them. This is another one that's looking like it's going to go the same way. And this time, there are 2 CTs ready and waiting on the B site, including the AWP of Speedak.
Speedak just holding on, and here comes the big swing around the corner. Speedak with the headshot, and Nafany is out of there. Shiro does a good job of taking Speedak out of the server, but a 4v4 will still ensue. 50 seconds now in play. MDS trying to catch a head that might come around the corner. Be careful of this left side as well, and that's exactly where Hobbit's going to come from. He unscopes at the right time, and he flicks back to ramp as well. MDS shutting everybody down, and this B-bomb site is his domain. Gambit get nowhere near it, and Axel is now alone in the clutch with absolutely no chance in hell of winning this. Nemiga are going to go up to 6 rounds.
Ooh, MDS locking it down. Axel getting 1 and 2 kills at the end here. Can he get the bomb? There's 10 seconds remaining. I think that from Axel's perspective, he's assuming there might be players on the site, but he puts the smoke down. He just wants to see if he can save that AWP at the end of the round here. Oh boy, Axel, got to be careful. He's got the AWP into his hands, and he will be able to save that sniper into the next round. So that's nice for him. Couple of kills, able to stay alive, but it's MDS who does all the damage from this position. Not an easy spot to play either. You're out in the open. You have to make sure you know exactly when to take the fights at ramp and not be exposed from the upper position. But he does so very successfully in this round. And Gambit now having to take their second tactical timeout here.
Yeah, really feeling the pressure here on Trim. We did not expect this coming out, but Gambit off to a very slow start. Now, they had this yesterday against Movistar Riders, if you remember, back in Overpass, and they certainly pulled that back. So they're not a team we have got no faith in terms of pulling the comebacks. And we also seen some positive signs at the start of this map as well. You know, they brought a lot of rounds close, just not really going their way. So Nemiga, definitely in a very good spot. You cannot take that away from them, but they've got to keep this up. They realize that. Gonna have a big performance coming in on the CT half. 6-1 up. It's a very good start, but plenty more to come.
Lollipop was aggressive, decides to fall back. Love to see Shiro's AWP do some special things in this round. It's the one real gun that Gambit have to work with. Only a couple of smokes for Gambit alongside the AWP of Shiro, so it really is down to him to try and look for an opening kill. Pretty passive hold from Nemiga. Playing back towards the site itself. This is a dangerous peek for Box. If he goes for that same peek towards A main again, Shiro's AWP could easily take him out of the round. But here comes Shiro, looking at Connector, waiting to see if someone will give him a fight. So far, though, Nemiga have managed to avoid that AWP.
Genuine Box just cleaning up those first 2 kills. Shiro luckily pulling 1 back here for Gambit, but we know he has to show up more with his AWP as the hero weapon in play. 1 kill is not going to be enough, especially now in a 2v4. The shot lands, but it's not death for Box. Nafany now charging after him on the pistol. He's got an M4 to play with. Steeman has fallen, and that does allow the flank to come through as well. MDS taking Nafany out of the round, and 7-1 on the board for Nemiga. They're having a fantastic time right now. Of course, that round was majority pistols for Gambit with the 1 open play on Shiro. But they really are performing very well on train right now, Alex. Gambit have got the buy up though, so this is their test coming into the next round, Nemiga.
Still 7-1 up already, so even if they were to lose this test, they'd be in a decent position. That is a filthy nade onto Speedak, though. He's down to 44 health, and Hobbit swings him from below. Headshot quickly connected. That is Nemiga losing their AWP early. Speedak has had a quiet time of things, even though Nemiga have been winning these rounds. It's not largely been down to their primary AWP. MDS is now solo on the B site. He had that round earlier, though, where he got 3 kills from this position. He might have to do the same again in this one because Gambit are continuing to push this B side of the map.
Holding on, MDS goes down without a single fight. He'll go down with a quick headshot. Swiftly cut through by Hobbit. And that's a 2-man advantage in play for Gambit. And the round win. As Nemiga concede, they'll stay alive on the other side of the map, saving their weapons into the next one. You take a look at the money in the bank here for Nemiga. It's not in a fantastic spot. Especially with Axel now taking another player away. They just desperately have to hang on to this AWP. 2 rounds for Gambit. First step in a long road back into this half. But because they've kept a lot of the rounds close and have been able to deal consistent damage to the economy of Nemiga, just 1 round lost and they're down to what is going to be a pretty weak buy. This is Gambit's chance to potentially pull this half back, and the opportunity still is there to win the half. It's just going to be very difficult for them based on the start they've been given.
I am surprised with just how often Gambit are going into this B-bomb site. I thought they'd have had some rounds where they go for the smokes towards A, maybe even the fast plays out onto the A site. There are the standard smokes onto A that you see from so many teams. Gambit smoking Sandwich and the left side of Evox to be able to fake out some presence, but Hobbit again with a close range kill. This time MDS trades, but Inter's holding his ground. It's back to a 3v3 here. Bot thinking about sticking around, but being low on health, he decides to fall back, having given his team a 3v3. Even trades early.
Even trades early indeed, and now Axel, the front man at Ivy, and he's caught Speedak walking right into his crosshair. Nafny dropping down ladder, and this calls for the quick play into A. Made the right call here as well. Sanitary goes down into the connector. The bomb can get planted, and once again, Nemiga facing a very difficult round here. 2v3. M4 and FAMAS. They have no kit alive on either of these 2 players. And there's no money left. So once again, it is the safe call coming in from Nemiga. And that's the 3rd round for Gambit. Step by step coming back into this. Nemiga, though, of course, 7 rounds, still very comfortable, but they would like a few more.
Nice decision for Gambit to end it on the A site there. Early trades towards B, they spot box, and then once Axel can pressure lurk through Ivy and get that 1 kill, Nemiga were out of position and unable to compete in the round. Something for Gambit fans to get excited about finally. A couple of rounds won for them here on this T side. They shouldn't need too many more to have at least an okay half. And they are putting Nemiga back into a position where the money continues to be a problem for them. You can see ahead of this round, Nemiga not able to get a whole lot. They have those 2 saved rifles, and then MDS was able to invest a little bit into this round. But everyone else not investing anything on the Nemiga side. Gambit already going into B, and this time the B site is wide open.
Crossing open, Shiro catches MDS trying to run straight into the B site. They've already got so much control, and I don't think MDS was ready for himself to just be blasted like that out of the server. So we've still got that 1 M4. At least that's something of value here for Nemiga. But it's going to be 4 rounds for Gambit. They certainly are starting to make a meal out of this game, finally. We expected a much better performance here on this map, but it's been a while. Certainly has been a while for Gambit getting into this and winning rounds, but now they're doing it consistently. The T-sided train can be quite difficult, though, to really get going. If you're getting constantly punished, you're losing some of those clutch rounds. It can be very difficult to fall down to a CT side that's just winning rounds and building that momentum. It's quite difficult to get into it. So Gambit have done something very difficult. And that's getting right back into this game. And Nemiga, finally, the rifles are back out. This is going to be a true litmus test to see whether or not they're going to get more than 7 rounds in this half, or if Gambit are going to pull it all the way back. And Nemiga certainly have a lot of utility on a few players, but not as much as they would like across the board. It's a decent amount, but they would like a little bit more. And I think we got tech pause, Alex.
Looking like it. No one from Gambit leaving spawn. And we will get this round reset. Gambit obviously with really good money at this point, so that means that Nemiga are going to have a harder time winning it as many rounds and building up the win streak that they did previously. There we go. Looks like a nice quick one ahead of round number 12. The buy slowly but surely coming back in for Nemiga. No AWP available for DreamHack, who again has been really quiet so far in this game on that sniper. Only 2 kills for him. The rest of the team have been doing well with the rifles. They've been controlling the A side of the map early. I'd love to see more of the same from them in this round. Shiro flashed away from that angle early. Molly goes into main and Pop Dog, but Nafany doesn't give a damn. He's got the opening kill despite being in the flames.
Probably. He's coming out ahead of him down in below. It's an M4 and MDS turning up and catching him. Snowday goes down into ramp. I'll hold Nafany back in behind it. And now Gambit's trying to pull extra players over to B. They look to try and finish on this side of the map. They still have a good bit of utility. 2 Molotovs, 2 flashes, 2 smokes still available right now to the Gambit side. So they should be at least getting this bomb down and giving themselves a chance to win the round. But Nemiga still holding the advantage into this one. Now under a minute left in play.
Ooh, jump down and DreamHack can't handle it. Nades sailing onto the bomb site. Does a bit of damage to 2 players, but Nafany, the one man who's low, is sitting in upper with the AWP. Smoke goes down, MDS getting close to some shots through it, but not able to connect. This retake is still doable. Box has another nade for Nemiga here. They can start to set this up as the Gambit look to get aggressive. It's Inters who gets the early kill.
Well, Inters and Nafany just doing so much work. Box picking up 1. He's going to have to try and win this round out, though. The time is ticking. He's forced away. He realizes he cannot get this done. Gambit, a war of attrition in this round, and they will come out on top. They were a man down when they executed into the B bomb site, but they still come out on top. There's 5 rounds now added to their tally. They're starting to come back into things on the T side, and in fact, 5 rounds, it's not too bad. Usually we talk about that being the bare minimum to feel comfortable going into the second half, and they've got that now. They would certainly be looking for more based on the momentum that they're gathering. Taking a look at the economy in this next round, it should be pretty weak for Nemiga. Take a look at what they got, yeah. It's not looking so great over there, Alex.
Definitely not. They would have hoped to have a bit more in this round. But at least they have the 1 saved rifle for Box. Good work from Gambit in this game to come back into it. But Box wins the initial fight of this round. He is down to 2 health, though, so getting further frags looks unlikely. Oh, Shiro coming close on these angles to spotting out these players. It's nice for Shiro in this round because he knows they're not going to have a sniper on the other side, at least not an AWP, so he can be much more confident in the way he approaches his angles. He doesn't have to be scared of a fight going against him, and he's already got a kill onto DreamHack. Axile flanks onto Jo. Quick clean up for Gambit, who now have 6 rounds on the T side of Train. I think at this point, Gambit already have enough to make it a decent half, but they've got the chance to go above and beyond if they can win these last couple of rounds at this first half.
They could go ahead and win. This is unbelievable. Gambit have pulled off an incredible comeback on this T side, and Nemiga, fair play to them. They've had a very good start, but they need a couple more. I think just to feel a bit more comfortable. And Nafany, oh, he's got a cross. Jay was spamming the sandwich smoke. He had no idea that that was about to happen. Nafany just appears out of nowhere, takes his head off, and slithers through the smoke.
Nemiga wanting to stay active towards these early A contact points, but Nafany's in the back lines and Nemiga have lost track of him. He's got a second kill into SpeedAx's back, and now Nemiga only have one man on the B bomb site. MDS currently alone in this position. The rotate is so far away. MDS is trying to see if he can clear out Nafany, and he just about gets the kill from behind, but now he's got to be ready for these players, and he doesn't realize Hobbit is already all the way through the B bomb site.
Yeah, that's the bomb down the round one, and Gambit tying up the scoreline 7-7 here on Train. They have come back from a 7-1 deficit. They were looking so rough to start this game off, you know, not really winning the clutches out, not being able to pull off any round wins, but finally figured it out, cracked the code, and all it took was to break down that economy, win that one round, and send the economy soaring. Oh, Nemiga, it's absolutely gone. Now Lollipop holding on. These two T's crossing into him. Enters with the headshot. Now it's just Box left alone and they're running in the opposite direction. So at least he gets an M4. But again, the money is in a weird spot for Nemiga. They don't really have the best buy coming up, but it is going to be the last round of the half. They're going to have to muster what they can. And a timeout coming through to discuss what they can do to find an 8th round at the half.
Nemiga will be somewhat shocked just with how quickly this has got out of hand for them. Considering how good it was looking for them earlier in the game. They had, I think, a 7-2 lead at one point. All of a sudden, Gambit turn it round. Bilbo Fraggins is a great name.
I love it. Reminds me of Mitch, man, but he doesn't frag.
Oh.
Of Hobbit's 13 deaths on Mirage, Lollipop, and Jo contributed 10 of them. That's pretty good. Jo was playing well over on that first map, and I feel like everybody's kind of disappeared here, Alex. No one's really having a good moment for Nemiga. Oh!
Okay. That's one way to start the round. Oh, he's got an AK into his hands now, but MDS has gone too far. Shiro using the P250 rather than the AWP in the close range fight, and it works out for him. Box dropping down. That step will likely have been heard by Gambit, and Box realizes it. He's going to back away. Lollipop getting aggressive into Pop Dog. 4v4. Gambit still sitting back, waiting to see if Nemiga go for any aggression. And it looks like Jo might oblige. He looks like he wants to push through Ivy. Axel's on the other side. Ooh, Jo just pushes through Ivy, spots out a player, decides to back away, but that's a decent bit of information.
Molotov burning away at the feet of Box. Nafany is going to take him down, and now we look at Jo, SpeedAx's, and Lollipop as the saviors for Nemiga, and it's just not looking likely that it will be happening. They've had that one wild kill from the MP5, but other than that, it has been the Gambit show in this final round of the first half. Jo and SpeedAx look to try and get it done, but Axel is coming in from behind. He's got this connector flank. He starts to move forward. And Nemiga, the time is ticking on their chances in this round. In fact, Axel looks to be the player that ends them all. And he's got this iron caught, SpeedAx caught, and now looking for the last player. Jo, he's going to be taking a fight with Axel now, trying to shut him down, but Axel secures 8 rounds for Gambit. They will lead the way heading into the second half. Will they move on with a 2-0 win? Find out after the break.
Snowflake, yeah, my heart is shaking. No one in the universe quite like you. Sitting by the fireside, bundled up in blankets, feeling like a holiday honeymoon. No matter what we do, it's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day when I'm with you. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day when I'm with you. Christmas every day. Every time you kiss me under that mistletoe, it'll be forever there in my heart, forever in my heart. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day when I'm with you. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day. It's Christmas every day when I'm with you. Christmas every day.
Welcome back to DreamHack. I nearly said Masters. That was last week. This will open this time, Alex. It's December, and we've got ourselves an 8-7 half for Gambit. They've pulled it back. They were 7-1 down, but they've pulled it all the way back to 8-7. They're in the lead.
They are. They've done a really good job at coming back from the first half, and now they get the favored CT side of Train to work with. Jo, however, has got the early kill of this round. Axel instantly striking back, but the bomb site is looking pressured right now. Jo with another, make it a third. Jo ripping off heads on the A-bomb site, and that should allow Nemiga to convert this pistol round win. Nemiga have been so good in the pistols so far, but Hobbit has something to say about that. 2 kills in quick succession.
No, he definitely does. 2 easy kills for him picked up. Now MDS and Jo left alone. Hobbit looking to try and scrap this back. He's done damage on the MDS, but he needs to find both of them. He's going to jump right into Jo's crosshair. Nemiga will win the pistol. That's their first round in a very long time.
They are now 4 for 4 in pistol rounds in this series. If they can't win a single map, that is going to be a really big shame for them, considering how well they've done in these pistols. Jo this time stepping up. I've got to say as well, Jo had a really good start to this game, and then he did slow down, but I think that was more because he was never quite in the right positions to have a chance on the hold. You can kind of see that reflected in his deaths. He's only died 7 times, despite Nemiga having lost 8 rounds. So hopefully we get to see more from Jo as this game goes on. Fox getting aggressive with the MAC-10, but this fight at medium range is not one that he wants. He will just play it safe.
Nemiga slowing this one down, sending the players away past the shower room. I don't want to lose this round. They know how important these first couple of rounds are, Alex, and they know how good Gambit are with these pistols. So you don't want to be giving them a single slither of a chance to win anything here. You want to take this down and make it look good. Nemiga setting up their smokes for the A site. 50 seconds, still plenty of time. They aren't really sweating it too much, and Gambit have actually given up that T-con control as well.
3 smokes, all going into the A-bomb site. Nafany has to move out through Pop Dog. Flash about to come over the top.
Ooh.
He's playing behind E-box. Not a bad spot to be, but he misses the first shot. Misses again. Lollipop's able to run him down, and now the push to the site looking good. But Gambit have rotated.
Intush is sitting at hell, looks up on top of the blue train, and he's taking 1 victim. Another kill as well from the deagle. Somehow he's doing this right now. Finally, he's taken down by Box on the Mac-10. And it's Axel and Shiro in a 2v2. And Shiro is going to start trying to fall away from his position. This is a lot of damage done already, but Gambit want to win the round now. They don't really have that much time to play with due to lack of kit, but if they just hit the headshots, that's all that matters. The scouts are doing the damage. The time is ticking, though, and Box is still alive. They tap the bomb, they try and draw him into the open. He has taken Axel down and now looking for the fight. Shiro with the headshot, they eliminate every single player. They grab an AK, but the round is lost. It will go in favor of Nemiga, as Gambit will be relatively happy about taking every player down and getting that AK into the next round. In fact, right now, they could, in theory, go for a forced bite, but it would be ill-advised, Alex. We'll see if they just go for the eco, keep that 1 AK, maybe buy a couple of pistols, and try and use Shiro as the hero.
Yeah, that's, I think, the approach they should probably take here. They've got to be confident in their CT side gun rounds being good. So I think just, buy a couple of pistols. Try and see if you can do more damage, because then if you win your first CT gun round, you can instantly reset Nemiga with the damage you've done. Nafany's trying to go up with the Zeus, but it's Hobbit who is in a sneaky spot in behind them. Box getting aggressive. First kill good with the Mac-10. Hobbit still biding his time here. Speedak is close by, but Shiro able to be traded into a 3v3, and here comes Hobbit tapping away. Bomb plant denied. All of a sudden, Gambit have a chance to win the round. Speedak able to get the kill up close, but MDS is having to push forward into the open, and Inter spots him. Great shot from MDS. He keeps his team on top. It's another round win for Nemiga, but these have come way closer than they needed to, and now Gambit have got a full buy.
Gambit indeed have a full buy. Shiro out with AWP. The M4's out. This is what we talk about being a real test for Nemiga coming into this next one. The AK's utility out. And while we're looking at Gambit with this AWP, what can Shiro do on the CT side of Trim? We know how capable he is of pulling this kind of stuff off. Enters. Throw the smoke down into Ivy. Shiro's holding this. And they've deep smoked on the T side, so Shiro's going to change up his position for the time being. That nade not quite hitting the mark, and that actually would have been pretty impactful if it had gone through the window, because Lollipop was playing just below it.
That's a shame. Molly goes into this position. Jo, oh no, he's just dead. Okay, so he was sitting in the smoke, which was saving him to begin with, but then I guess the Molly spread it to his position, and he didn't realize that he couldn't get back in time. Because that Molly had ticked for a fair time already, it does more damage the longer it lasts, so he ends up falling. And now it is Gambit with a man advantage. Nemiga throwing 1 smoke into the A site. That will land over towards Connector. Axar's pushed all the way into T main, though, into T-con. So that is one area of the map that Gambit don't have to worry about. And if Nemiga go for a full play through Ivy, I feel like Gambit can probably control this pretty comfortably, considering the other map control they have.
Interest has really good position to deal with this Ivy walkout. Oh, but he still lost the duel. Box does well to pick that up. That's the man advantage gone, but luckily a good setup from Nafany and Axel. Again, no kill from Nafany. Some of the Gambit players here not landing some of the kills they should be. And now Shiro having to pick up all the scraps. He's left alone in a 1v2, 7 seconds left, and they find him. He was just trying to run down that clock, but yeah, that just comes down to Gambit not winning some of the duels, honestly. If they had won a couple of those fights, maybe they got 1 kill on the Ivy walkout and then the other from the top train. They should have done a lot more there, Alex, but fair play. They win the duels here in Nemiga, and they get the round over the line.
Gambit had such strong spots to deal with that, considering it was only an Ivy play. They had players pushed into A main. You'd have thought that they'd have had the advantage there. Even if they just decide to survive and let Nemiga plant the bomb on the A site, there aren't going to be that many chances to get into good post-plant spots. But hello, Nafany. Gun into his hands. Molly down pop, though. He's so low, but he gets another one. How does Nafany get away with that?
I have absolutely no idea how he's done that. That is incredible from Nafny. He is giving Gambit a huge advantage into this round. Nemiga are going to have to dig deep to get this one under their belt. They've got the bomb still alive in their backs, and they're going to be walking into the brown holes, actually, all the way from spawn up into the apartments area. I don't know, Box just that connector. Really hoping a Gambit player is to walk into his crosshair, but it's not happened just yet. Nafny walking up to the smoke. Speedak and Jayo close by here, and Nafny's about to come. Oh, the smoke, it goes away. He finds one headshot. That's another one. He has done so much work in this round. And now Shiro trying to get up in behind him. Axel with a big flank. Goodbye. Jayo assassinated. Executed right in front of Axel. And Box into a 1v4. And there's nothing Box can really hope to do here, surely. Nafny has just won the round for Gambit in such an incredible way.
What we love about this Gambit team. I think a lot of the teams that have players that are capable of winning rounds like that can go way further than you realize. Just gives you a whole different facet of your game. Even if you've got, good team play and good tactics, having the ability to have players step up in key rounds like that can completely turn a game on its head. And you're about to see that here because Nemiga's money is really bad now. Just by Nafny making that play and winning his team this round, that could completely turn the tides of this train game.
Yeah, that's just one of those rounds you pull out of the sleeve, and it's unbelievable how he's made that work, to be honest. Just wild. Nafny nearly gets 4 there, and if he gets that 4th kill, I'm sure he'd want the ace as well. 11-9 on the board, Gambit pick it up, and, well, Nemiga's money, because of how close the last couple of rounds have been, it's not in a great spot, so you can see that reflected in their purchase. They've got an AK-47, a Galil, which is now gone, and into the hands of Nafny. Interesting trade out.
This time he's got the nade lineup at least. There we go. Back to the M4. Throws the Galil out of there. Just wanting to make sure that Nemiga can't get that gun back because he knows their money is not great on the Nemiga side.
Sticking with the Galil.
Huh.
Maybe he likes the fire rate for the pop drops. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't want to reload the M4. He doesn't want to get caught off. Who knows? Well, we shall see. He's definitely rocking that Galil, and I'm not going to stop him. He's an animal, so you do you, Nafny, and we'll Hobbit holding for the B walk-in. He's got Box, and things are going from bad to worse right now for Nemiga.
43 seconds left. They're trying to see if they can get onto this B site, but I think Hobbit might have something to say about that. Jayo landing a really nice trade kill, though. Jayo's aim has been looking really good here on train, but it's a 2v4 with the AK. He's been blinded and dealt with. Not even a bomb plant allowed here by Gambit. They should be winning this one. Scout versus Orc. Shiro will come out on top. 10 rounds now for Gambit. Nemiga's money is struggling. This is where Gambit could start to take over this game.
Yeah, they're starting to feel the rhythm now. Took a big play from Nafny. One of those hero plays, right? If you have a big individual moment like that, it can get you around you didn't really expect to win, but also fires up the team and puts them in a position where they are now feeling incredibly comfortable to take the win in the series. And we'll see. Still, Nemiga have plenty of chances. This round, not looking like one of them. But if they get a bomb plant, that could be some extra money going into the next one. And they'll get a better buy. Then they can compete again against what Gambit can bring to the server.
Ooh, Shiro. May have spotted them there. Great shot from Shiro. Blinded, but he doesn't care. Oh, second shot, tracking the player, dropping. Hobbit gets some kills from the bomb site, but some stylish shots from Shiro help him out. Back to an even scoreline, but back to a bye for Nemiga. No AWP for Speedak, but he's been struggling with whatever gun he's had, so he goes to the AK instead. Nades across the board for the Nemiga players, just missing a few pieces of utility. They've got to make sure they come back here because Gambit's money is so strong now. They are not going to have any issues with their economy anytime soon. It's Nemiga who have to prove that they can step up, and Shiro is feeling it right now. Another shot lands.
And Shiro starts to light up the server. You're walking a huge beast. And Nafni as well. He's really started to light up the scoreboard in recent rounds. Another multi-kill for him. He's up to 17 kills now. Round 23 is looking like a done deal. Gambit will be heading into the lead. At its conclusion, Axel has just been a consistent star for the team throughout this map, throughout the series, and he continues to walk forward. Another one picked up. Now just MDS. A 1v5 for the man. And definitely incredibly unlikely. Nafni's gone back up the ladder again, and he's got another kill from it. 12-11. Gambit 4 away from victory.
They're getting there, and I think we're just seeing the step up of the individuals at this point. Nafni with 2 early kills from that hot dog position. I always point out how strong that spot is. When players are pushing out through A main, you can easily get those kills. It's hard to clear that area. Nafni making the most of it. Looks like Nemiga are going to up the pace in this round. Hobbit has to be prepared. He puts the molly down. He gets his gun out. They smoke it, but Hobbit spraying away for a 3K. Eventually gets traded, and the bomb will be planted, but I doubt Nemiga have much of a chance. Oh, the nade actually denies the bomb plant even. Just arriving in time on the rotate to not allow Nemiga anything from that round. Just a couple of kills.
No, it's unfortunate for Nemiga. They would have loved some extra money, but they've got enough nonetheless to buy up coming into this one. Hobbit just absolutely tearing them to shreds. We've seen similar multi-kills actually over on the A side of Barrage. In the previous map, he was having a great time against those lower tier buys. He just has such a good skill set when it comes to spraying down multiple players. But we head into round 25. It's a buyout again for Nemiga, and one they desperately need to win. And a missed shot from Speedak. That's a sitter.
Inter has nearly managed to mess up both of his nades there. The molly didn't land in a position that actually stopped Speedak from peeking. Then the flash blinded himself and didn't blind Speedak, but somehow he gets away with it. Eventually he puts down a smoke, and it is a good one. Shiro there to help him out as well. Smoke comes down from the Nemiga side, but they've got 2 players focused on Ivy. Shiro making sure to help his teammate in that position. Nemiga not gaining much ground considering some of the utility they've used at the start of this one. They are now going to start to inch their way up through Ivy. Box puts a molly down on the right side. They can start to clear out this left. Inter's playing pretty safe, though. It's Shiro who will get the first point of contact.
Shiro with the AWP, hits the shot on Speedak, and he goes back again. When the first shot's not enough, he goes back to finish off his prey. And Inter is holding. It doesn't even matter because Axel's going to snatch it away from him. JYO trying for the big peek, and he's done that well enough. Now the big flank coming in from the pop drop, and that has allowed MDS to kill. And oh my god, JYO showing he's got the AWP skills as well. Shiro in a 1v2 now. We know he's capable of these clutches. He switched out to the Deagle for the play. And over the top, it's a big kill on the Deagle. Can he get a second? Of course he can. Shiro with the 1v2 clutch. And it's 14 rounds locked in for Gambit.
Not even much of a reaction from Shiro, man. I think I saw a little smile, a little smirk perhaps, as he wins his team this round. The first shots were well taken, then just spamming with the Deag to the body. Spots the first player jumping between the trains. Nemiga thought the man on the site might be able to trade, but Shiro says no. Yeah, some of these step-ups from the Gambit players have been brilliant. You've pointed out Nafni. Shiro has been slowly but surely getting himself on the board. This time it's Shiro caught out, though. Lollipop landing a really important kill at the start of this round.
Nafni holding the upper walkout. He's got a decent position for this, but doesn't get a single kill. And Nemiga have done a really good job at getting into this B site. They haven't dropped a single player just yet. Gambit would love to change that. Have a real opportunity to do it as well. Inter starts to walk forward. His teammate out to his right side in a flashbang. He's just gone over the top. His box now looking for the headshot, but he's dropped down. Good kill from Inters to allow that to happen in a 4v3. The nade. Oh, it bounces across the floor. MDS caught out, but the flank from JYO. This could work. Axel seems to be aware of this possibility. He's hanging around and now goes for the peak, but it doesn't matter. JYO is not missing many. And it's a headshot collected with Hobbit now creeping back into the site he started on. He needed that kill, but Lollipop bests him in the duel. And the round is lost here for Gambit. It's not map point. It's not series point yet. In fact, it is 12 rounds for Nemiga as they stay afloat.
Much needed round for Nemiga as well, and Lollipop is starting to feel it. He was the man that opened up the round, landing that shot onto Shiro. He's the man that closes it out with the final headshot. Still stressful times for Nemiga. You can see Lollipop looking at stress despite doing a good bit of work to win his team this one. 3 nice kills all over the B side of the map. Nemiga still have to stay strong, though. There's still plenty of money for Gambit to be able to buy into this round. Warp out for Shiro. Rifles across the board. It's actually Nemiga who've had to sacrifice one of their weapons. Box has gone down to a Mac 10. That's not the end of the world for them. Flash forces Shiro off the angle. Shiro now playing B in back-to-back rounds, but not able to land the early shots he was looking for. And now Shiro leaves the B bomb site. B is wide open right now, Dinko.
They're coming back. Hobbit is going back through the connector, but B is certainly opening up for the taking here as Nemiga head their way in with multiple players. The bomb plant should be secured very shortly, and Gambit now have the difficult task of working their way back into it. And time will start to tick. Nemiga have been abusing this side of the map now. And Gambit still have every single player still alive right now. Nemiga need a kill. They're going to go forward with the Mac 10. Box has done a good job. He hasn't been traded. In fact, Lollipop followed up. And now a good kill from Hobbit, but it's not going to be enough. It's a 2v2. Axel and Shiro looking to try and win this round out. We know they're very capable of pulling off these clutches. They've been in these scenarios time and time again, but this time is ticking. And Speedak has the good angle. Axel still taking the kill. He has to get on the bomb now as Lollipop turns. Axel still with the headshot, but is there time for the defuse? Axel just holding on, and yes, there will be. Around the coin in favor of Gambit. 15-12 going through Alex, and a big round secured for the Gambit side. Axel's just a beast.
How is Axel looking so cool there on the player cams? I wasn't even sure if Shiro was going for this retake.
Yeah,
he was playing so safe on the other side. But Axel says, don't worry, Shiro. You go and just chill over in spawn, and I've got this. He gets both kills. And just like that, Gambit are up to map and series point. And they decide they're actually going to take a timeout ahead of what could be the last round of the series.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? He's just looked like Shiro started to back away. Okay, we're considering our chances here. Don't look at that. Never mind, Axel's won the round. He just kept moving forward. I mean, there is a chance, right? If that all plans to no-scope, the round's done. And Shiro was just kind of covering that basis. But Axel just kept winning the duels no matter where he went, right? And Lollipop's like, hold on, the bomb is not planning for him. He has to turn around and take that fight. And Axel still wins the aim duel. Fantastic performance coming in here. And Gambit now, 15-12, map points, series points secured. And Nemiga, they've got a long road back into this.
Early mollies from Gambit to stop Nemiga from getting out through A main. And between those trains, Lollipop has been forced to stay in T-Con. Doesn't want to go any further. See Axel making sure there's no one behind that smoke. Just in case someone had pushed out, he puts the nade down, he spams through. And now Gambit are much safer in the knowledge that no one has been able to push out through A main. Makes it a lot easier for them to hold this A-bomb site. Fox on the ladder right now. This could go horribly wrong for him. He has to duck up the ladder, and luckily he gets away safely.
Yeah, had to get away from that one, but a minute left. Nade going down. They still stand with 5 players alive on Nemiga. Damn, Axel. 26-14. What performance on the servers. Shiro's on 21. Axel's definitely... Like, everyone talks about Shiro, but I like watching Axel most of this team. I think he's just so consistently solid for this team. And Hobbit trying to hold on now. Multi-kills would be perfect for him. And he's closing it out, looking so solid. 3 from Hobbit. Finally, he will go down. And it's all on MDS. A 1v4. The AK-47 trying to fight in all directions. He's down to 8 HP, and he is closed out. It's a huge win for Gambit, as they will take the 2-0 over Nemiga.
Probably slightly harder thought than Gambit would have thought it to be, but they did lose every single pistol round in this series, and they still won it 2-0. And I think you could see on the Gambit faces there, they're pretty happy with that. It's not as one-sided as it maybe could have been, but it's still a solid win for the Gambit guys.
Yeah, it's definitely looking solid for Gambit. They continue their winning ways. But that's it for you and I here, Hawker, on this stream. It's been a wonderful time here at DreamHack Open December. But it's not for us to talk. In fact, it's time for a break and time for the analysts after this.
It may have seemed a little bit close at stages, but eventually we saw the likes of Gambit bring things back into their favor on both maps. And I'll be honest, Blair, like it didn't necessarily look as comfortable as I thought it was going to be, but at the same time, when they got rolling, Gambit just looked impressive as ever.
Yeah, I like how they were able to adapt quite a bit. Mirage, they were kind of running away with it, a fight being put up. But yeah, like you said, when it comes down to the end game on both the maps, it's like Gambit just went to a different gear altogether. On Terrain, in fact, it was, I think, a 5-1, 5-0 scoreline. You know, they were looking good. We're like, okay, maybe map number 3 coming in. But Gambit just showing that it's not just about the individuals. It's about the system they have in place. And of course, the fact that they have a much more deeper playbook compared to the side of their opponents.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe we've already got somebody joining us very, very quickly indeed. Nafani is eager to get himself in for the interview. So, yeah, welcome again. We've seen you quite a lot recently. We've through Masters, we've had you winning the Open, and now we've got you back again for December. And at this point,
yeah,
we're sort of looking at things here, and it's one of those things where I'm thinking, from your perspective, playing Nemiga so regularly, playing some of the other teams within this tournament, Nafani, like, are you feeling just confident every single time that you play them?
You know, when you play like versus teams which you face every time on different tournaments, you always like playing like Vrax probably. You confident always.
Okay. Fanny, when it comes to Train, right, like the first few rounds, they were being very aggressive towards team mid. And I think it was 5-0 when you guys switched it up, when you started like attacking the B. What was the idea behind just attacking the B bomb site? Were you confident that it was kind of weak, their defense there, or did you not want to take the fight at team mid?
You know, we didn't prepare as well as we can before we have, because we have some problems. So we just tried to take this game in our hands. So we just find one weak place in their defense. So that's why we go like B usually versus them.
Afani, I'm curious about the play you had at the pop dog position with the CZ, where you went up and down the ladder, came out at the top, got a kill there, ended up securing the round for your team. I guess, what was the reaction to that to your team? Could you even explain what was happening, or how are the comms in those moments?
I guess everyone is okay right now with my aggressive play style. Because, you know, sometimes you need like player like me or Art, because Art probably best player with this play style. So they was like, okay, he killed 2 guys, let's win this round, we can do it, let's go. That's all.
Cool, nice and composed.
After November, obviously you've become the champion of this tournament, and recently we've seen Virtus Pro lose earlier in the day, maybe a bit of a surprise to you. Chances are that's going to be who you're facing in the semi-final. Are you looking at that as like a bit of a worry facing them in a best of 3 rather than a best of 5, or is it more of an exciting prospect to knock them out of the tournament earlier?
You know, I guess VP and we are like 2 good teams, but we both a bit tired, I guess, after big tournaments. So that's probably why VP upset versus Forza, in my opinion. So I guess it will be good fight versus them in best of 3. But of course, when I saw groups, I believe that we will face versus them on finals. But on Luka.
Well, we'll guess. We'll have to see. Like, semi-finals are going to be a good opportunity for you, and of course, going forward, likely you'll meet another CIS team along the way. This is the CIS Open from what we've seen so far. It's been a pleasure talking to you again. Congratulations on your move through to the playoffs.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck
wish
to us,
us luck.
you know?
You wish us
We need
luck.
it. We need it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He knows we're in for a long day. Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if that's just one of those phrases where, because everybody says it to him at the end of like, I think, oh, good luck going forward, is he's just taken it and gone, okay, I'm going to yoink that and use it for myself.
It's kind of like, you know, when someone gives you like your food at a restaurant and she's like, oh, enjoy your meal, and you're like, yeah, you too.
Yeah, or a
And then you
flight.
cringe
Enjoy your
afterwards.
flight. Oh yeah, you too.
Yeah,
It's like,
you too.
"Oh, no, you're not getting on a flight. You work at the shop. Well, either way, we've got to start looking at the match a little bit more in general. And I believe actually both of you have got rounds to show us, but I think we're going to be starting off with
Pick me.
Maui. Okay, you put his hand up first, but I'm
So
sorry.
All right, yeah. So let's hop into the stats helix here. This is going to break down just how Gambit were able to solidify their CT defense on Mirage. So if we could get that one up. This is basically showing how Gambit were able to just kind of play back and pull. Okay. Well, we don't have it, but I will want to say this then.
Oh.
If we can't see it right now,
Broke it.
I will say that what Gambit was able to do really well in that match is that they were able to break down the aggression from Nemiga and adapt in the mid-late round situations very well. It felt like a lot of the times, if Nemiga had control, they were able to find the kills in pretty easy fashion. So we are seeing the kills here, and this is just showing just how easy this was and how so many of the players weren't actually even ready for these fights. And I think we actually might be able to jump into it. Let's see. So we got the replay, and
Backwards.
we can maybe get this. But as you guys saw from those kills, it looked like a pretty easy affair for the side of Gambit. So we will we'll see if we can get
It's Murphy's Law. It's Murphy's
Christmas
Law.
miracle. There we go.
There we go. We got it. All right. So this is what it's going to look like from the top down bird's eye perspective. And just look at how all of these isolated duels very under control for the side of Gambit here. It's why they had such a landslide of rounds on the CT side. Just Hobbit taking these duels relatively easily. Axile finding that long range shot. And this is Nemiga. Even though it's a great A split coming out from them, it was actually Gambit who ended up pinching on them in a second layer. So good stuff on the side of Gambit, and really just wanted to highlight the fact that it really felt like that was all in control of Gambit on their CT side.
The question is, do we now risk it and go for the second one? But are you prepared to basically
I'm ready.
give us your
I'm ready.
thoughts
Let's
if it doesn't
try.
work? Okay, let's go.
Let's see
Number
if it
2.
works out. Number 2, this one's over on Train, and just to highlight what happened over here. Almost every round, it's been aggression from Nemiga towards team mid and just been asphyxiating this T side for Gambit. So this is where they switch things up, all right? Just going to play this one out. Once more, you're going to see the Molotov utility being the flashes just being tossed on in. There we go. The flashbang, the molly to prevent them to pushing towards Olaf. But the switch up that Gambit do over here, they're like, hey, you know what? They're playing so aggressive towards team mid. They're probably just leaving Ivy alone, or they're holding Ivy from the side itself. And that's the opportunity for them to try and pincer onto this B bomb side. That's when they start attacking this B bomb side again and again and again and again and again. You can see Nate's being tossed in over here. They take their sweet time. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit, and you can still see now. Still a minute on the clock. We have 2 players here slowly creeping up towards Brown Halls. We have Shiro and Axile. The smoke comes in from their teammate that's Intus, tossing the smoke to block off any vision from the CT that is a Geo, and they're slowly going to be going in for the flank here, and that's a timing for Inter's Hobbit and Nefani to slowly creep in towards Brown Halls as well. And then Hobbit gets the opening pick onto MDS, which is a huge kill. Shiro sticks around over here while Axel goes in with the flank, and then Box and Speedak, they know that something's up over here, and Axel slowly sneaks on in. It's a bit of a messy fight, but the fact that he's there and he keeps Speedak pinned down towards connector, that's pretty much a round done. Box can't get anything done over here on the bomb side. Bomb gets planted. Speedak tries to go for a hero play, but he gets taken down, and that pretty much was the round. And you can see what really took place here. It was just the Gambit basically adapting to what their opponents were throwing at them, and unfortunately Nemiga, they weren't really able to adapt. They didn't have too many ideas on the CD side apart from that one play where they were just aggressing towards teammate, and unfortunately for them, they needed a few more extra tricks up their sleeve, which they didn't possess, and Gambit kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, it's a nice adaptation from them, and ultimately I think it's the difference between the two teams at the moment. I think it has to be said that Nemiga a lot of the time come across as a bit of a one trick, like they like for these sort of aggressive takes, but nonetheless, we can have a little bit of a look at our bracket and see the damage that has been done. This is, of course, Group B. Again, not really any surprises in this one, Maui.
I wouldn't say so. So I think that pretty much all the favorites have won thus far, and Gambit's been doing it in convincing fashion. So credit to Gambit, they've already qualified for the playoffs. I do think that the decider match between Nemiga and Saw is a little bit more of a coin flip, and will probably be a nice even match, and it will be a repeat, in fact, of their opening match they had yesterday.
And of course, what we are going to be doing now is start to switch things up back into Group A, Blair, where we're going to have a big surprise of a decider match.
I feel terrible for Sparta, to be honest. They're like, all right, guys, we beat X7 in the lower bracket. It's fine. We're going to be facing off against Forza. They've looked shaky. We can still qualify. And then VP's like, yeah, no, you're going to be playing us. And this is VP who's going to be a little pissed off after losing in that series earlier today.
Well, you don't want to anger the polar bear. That's what I've heard. At least it's not something I've ever tried. So that is going to be Virtus Pro coming up against Espada, looking for another upset to the day as we go into our third match even, and decider. Join us after the break.